It's the Sumo Show, the podcast that discusses everything that's going on in Japanese Grand Sumo. Whether you've been steeped in sumo lore since the Heisei era, like me, Stan, or you're a dedicated fan who wants to get deeper into what's happening on and off the dohyo, like our good friend Troy, or you're brand new to the world of sumo and just want to learn what it's all about, no matter how much you know about the sport, the Sumo Show has something for you. So let's throw some purifying salt into the ring, do a few big Shiko foot stomps, and see what's new on this week's episode of the Sumo Show. So, konnichiwa, everyone, and Okayari. Welcome back to my co-host, Troy.
Well, howdy do.
Howdy, puppy.
Howdy, puppy. That's Stan's knockoff.
Hello
What
Kitty.
is it?
Yeah.
Hello Kitty. Yeah, howdy puppy. I like it.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to train you. I'm trying to train you out of howdy. Every time you say howdy, I'm going to say howdy, puppy.
Well, no, you're just going to train me to say howdy puppy.
Okay. Well, then I win both ways.
Well,
howdy, puppy.
Well, I feel manipulated. I like as if I'm just some ephemeral search result from Google, just floating out there at someone else's whim.
You are my hallucination. You are my artificial hallucination.
Yes, we're talking about the fact that Stan said, "Hey, how was your day?" And I said, "You know what? I've spent the last hour and a half, maybe it was closer to 2 hours, arguing with AI, with Google, with Gemini, saying we exist. We're actually here. It was like
we being the Sumo Show."
The Sumo Show and Stan and Troy, the whole thing. Not only do we not exist, we are fictional characters in a stage production called Sumo,
an off-Broadway stage production from the turn of the millennium.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the lauded 2005 Stan and Troy story, Sumo, coming to theaters this fall.
Well, if there was a licensing check in it, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, no, we don't exist. So we forfeit all that good stuff. But yeah, so I basically went round and round and round. I'm like, yes, I know that we exist because I'm one of the hosts. And Gemini, and then went into whole like just effusive, running, gravel through its digital hair and gnashing its teeth at its how it let me down and failed in its I'm like, are you
done yet? Are you about to have a
like the countdown
digital breakdown? What?
Right. And then it said, I can no longer discuss this.
Did it really? You didn't tell me that. I can't talk about it anymore.
Yeah, it said I can no longer discuss this. The next question will be a new query or a fresh query or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, and I went back and pushed some of the buttons that it like suggested to me, and then started the whole conversation again.
You need a hobby. Thank goodness we've got sumo to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. We do exist, contrary to what the shadowy organizations want.
Right. But, I mean, given our audience size,
I'm just saying, listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we do this and it's just for us.
Right. No,
we're doing it. We're real.
It's poetry.
It's, I don't know how poetic it is, but
I mean, poetry.
Kind of in that sort of sad, epic, I don't know, Sisyphean, whatever. Sisyphus
is the character.
Yes.
Sisyphean. I see you did it to me. I usually can say that.
Yeah, well, anyway, so I'm just here to say, friends, we do exist, contrary to what Mr. Google.
Like the Who's down in Whoville, we are here.
We are here. We are here, and we are talking sumo. It's the Kyushu Basho preview.
Yes, Kyushu Basho starts in less than 48 hours.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing that's very exciting about this, today's Friday.
It is.
Saturday. Sunday. We're doing a day and date podcast.
Right? Yes, we will have our next show after. We haven't even done this show. Our next show
Yeah.
is Sunday. We're gonna do a day one show.
Yep.
Sunday evening.
Really
This
excited about
time,
that.
7 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
But on Sunday.
And we'll be talking all about, the things as they've been,
Yeah,
which
what
is really,
happened on day one.
yeah. So take that, Google.
We are here.
Yeah, you can't just forget us or hallucinate us out of reality.
So I'm sorry, Troy. I thought you were a hallucination.
This whole time.
I
But
bet you hear that a lot.
I do really. No, actually, what I hear a lot is, "Are you hallucinating?" But let's talk about enough about me. Let's talk about me. No, let's talk about sumo. What's going on? What's is there any juice, any news, any gossip, any?
I mean, everyone's getting ready for the tournament. Everyone's looking good. There's no big oh my god, he's looking hurt things. I just watched there's another YouTube show called The Dohyo with Mr. J Wags is the host there.
Yeah.
And I just watched his pre-tournament show earlier today, and his show is he scripts it a lot better than we're very off the cuff kind of discussion. He writes little segments and puts together a show of it, and he goes for bold predictions, lots of bold predictions, and one of his bold predictions was that both Waka Motoharu or Waka Takakage and Kirishima would get 10 or more wins, which seems unlikely to me, but what you gonna do? Certainly, they are both coming off bad tournaments last time, where they were on potential Ozeki runs and got dropped. Had losing scores and got dropped out of Sanyaku. But his feeling is that they're looking really good. Oh dear, we lost Troy. So he can't hear this wisdom, but if you're listening, you can. So that's going on. And Kotozakura looking as wobbly as before. So that's a thing that people are worrying about. He, of course, was the only person to go Kyujo last time, which was one of the things that one of his bold predictions. You back now, Troy?
I am back. Yes,
Okay.
I was just going to say I've clearly missed something, but the show must go
Well,
on.
I kept going. First of all, I noticed when you didn't respond to, I left a hanging pause. And then you were gone. So I just kept talking to myself because I do that anyway.
That's all right. Yeah, sorry, I don't know. It just suddenly dumped me. But anywho,
because that's what happens.
Well, when Google gets mad.
Yeah, stop talking about it. Stop talking about it behind his back, Troy.
Hey, where are you now? Were you at a stopping point?
I was, I was just starting to talk a little bit about Kotozakura. I mentioned the fact that on his show, Mr. J Wags was predicting that Waka Takakage and Kirishima were both going to have very good tournaments, despite having just both of them bottoming out last tournament and having been on Ozeki runs and dropping out of the Sanyaku. He seems to think that they are poised for big comebacks.
Okay, all right.
Another interesting thing he pointed out was how many tournaments in a row, like 2 or 3 tournaments now, we haven't had any big Kyujo. We haven't had any big pullouts. That last time, there was only one Kyujo in the middle of the tournament, and that was Kotozakura on day 15. So one of his predictions is that we're going to have a bunch of Kyujos, particularly among our top rankers, among the Sanyaku and the Joy. And yeah, I mean that seems like that's a fun prediction, but not based on anything other than we haven't had any of these. I guess we'll have them.
Yeah.
But he was talking a bit about Kotozakura. So I was saying he's one of those big question marks. He he managed to get his Kachikoshi last time, but he injured his knee and had to pull out on day 15 and was not able to go to London and has not been able to train fully. And there's a big question as to whether or not he's fit. But he says he's going for it.
All right.
So we shall see. Poor Kotozakura. He got his Ozeki that he wanted, and life has just been hard for him ever since. Pointing out that our two, if we come, let's pull up the.
Well, before we do that, I've made a discovery.
Yes.
It's called Hoshoryu Official.
Hoshoryu Official. Okay.
Yes. And
what is Hoshoryu Official?
It's the official Hoshoryu 74th Yokozuna Hoshoryu Supporters Association official Instagram.
Okay.
Is this normal?
Yeah, well, most of the rikishi have fan clubs, and I would guess a lot of them have Instagrams.
Okay, so here's the thing that I found a little interesting about it. Here's the website.
Yeah.
Which is the Toyo Shoryu National Supporters Association membership application page.
Okay.
Where at 1 million yen, you can be in the Diamond Club.
Okay.
Or you're for 500,000 yen platinum.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Is this normal? Is this like a thing that happens?
Well, the supporters clubs are their fan base. We always talk about people who donate money to the rikishi and to the stables. That's their official fan clubs.
Wow.
So
okay.
I'd never looked into joining them, but yeah, I imagine that if you join at those high levels,
you get a lot of
a million yen is about $10,000.
Okay, no small, yeah.
That's not a tiny bit, but it's not $1 million. But yeah, no, but those are the people who get invited to private things and probably get to go out to dinner with him. And
plenty. Here's what you get. You get your like at 1 million yen, you get your supporters club card. You get a ranking list for the 6 tournaments per year. You get a Grand Sumo calendar, tournament tickets, box seats for 4 people with a souvenir. An invitation to the stable's final day party
for each tournament.
Yeah.
All right. So you get
right to watch.
That ain't nothing. You get a box. You get one. That's one of those boxes. When they say a box like that, they're talking about one of the ones that have the cushions on them that you sit on the top.
Yes. Yeah. So you get that.
Which,
you get the right to watch.
You can't just yet.
What was that? No, I thought you said something in that it was like going to be the beginning of a show tune or something.
That would be great.
That would be awesome. It would be swell. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Sorry. Invitation to the.
That's how you go to sumo.
Ta-da! Right to watch practice.
Yeah.
With Chanko.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Includes
$10,000, and you get all those things. That's pretty good.
Dang it. Share this tab. That's what I want. There we go. The right to dine with Yokozuna Toyonoru. The right to place a banner ad on the official supporters club website for 1 whole year.
Toyonoru? Well, this is Hoshoryu, so that must be an alternate pronunciation of his
name. Okay, I see.
I'm guessing. It seems because this is the Hoshoryu official club. So
yeah, how much is 20,000 yen? What's the exchange?
That's about $200.
Supporters Club membership card, ranking list of the 6 tournaments per year, and the Grand Sumo calendar.
Yeah, that's not a great deal.
That's not a great deal.
But
Invitation to
you're part of the official.
Yeah, you're in the club.
You're backing Hoshoryu.
Yeah.
You're one of
Very interesting. Yeah. So I'm just here to say another shadowy organization rises from the shadows.
That's not shadowy. That's the fan club.
Well. Don't try to pollute my theories with facts, sir.
Yeah, and like I say, every top division rikishi has one, and most
Yeah,
most of the Jurio level rikishi have them.
Yeah, I wanted to just kind of run it through because I wondered if there was this, would there be other official pages like for the Gyoji?
Oh yeah, what do they have pages like that? I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to go through the Japanese sumo media to find them, or through the stable, right? I don't know that they're in English. I think that Hoshoryu being so popular internationally, is maybe one of the things that got that, or they're really on top of things. From everything we've gone through how backwards they are about some of their media coverage and media rules.
It's weird. Yeah,
we've had experience with that.
We have, yeah. We've been the beneficiaries of that.
Yeah. So yeah, I've never seen one like that. It doesn't surprise me that it exists. It surprises me that it exists in that accessible a form.
Hey, would you do me a favor real quick? Would you click on our public chat?
On our public chat?
Yeah, you see the little chat. What happens when you do that?
I have chat open.
Okay, I get a login.
No, I've got the.
For some reason, it's asking me to log in. I don't know why. The reason I'm saying that is because I was going to say hello to the folks who are watching, and I cannot because it's not logged in. I don't understand.
Hello, folks watching.
Hello, everybody. Sorry that I.
Oh, yep. Host says hello, folks watching.
Yep. Okay. I don't know what that is, and I'm afraid to hit reload.
It'll kick you out for sure.
Yeah, for certain. Anyway, sorry, friends. Okay. Well, there we go. I'm going to. I really am interested in seeing some more fan reactions and focus.
Yeah, I'm really fascinated by what you just showed me because, like I said, I knew they existed. None of what they are offering there, that's exactly what I expected it would have.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, and I didn't know that for 2 million yen for $20,000 you can get all that, or was it 10,000, whatever it was. So cool, and that money goes to the fan club. Then does things like buys him the keshimawashi, the decorative aprons, and he has to buy them since he's a yokozuna. He has special ones for his ring opening ceremony, and he needs 3 of each of those, right? One for him and one for each of his attendants. And what else? Yeah, just like food, they'd probably donate a bunch of money just to the Heya for food, or maybe just to him for his own private food. Here, we sent you some steaks.
Sure. Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, but I do like that part of what you get out of that high level one is you get to see him. You get to have dinner with him.
Fascinating. Now, did you hear someone was talking a rumor about Takakeisho?
What about Takakeisho?
Becoming a Gyoji?
I've not heard that.
Okay. It seemed like an odd.
I think that it may be because he is now an Oyakata.
Yeah.
And he just had his retirement ceremony recently.
That's right.
So, and they were looking at the pictures of how much weight he's lost.
Yeah, it's remarkable. Yeah, they did the I remember he kind of did his little uh press
Yeah,
run where he
yeah.
was kind of everywhere. Yeah.
It may be that they're going to assign him onto the Gyoji team. That may when you're in Oyakata, you get assignments within the
Ah, I
tournament.
see.
So some people are on the judging team, some are on the ranking team, some are on the planning the Jungyo, the exhibition tours. Everyone, you've got these jobs, so it might be that he's being put on the Gyoji team. But I don't know. I have not heard anything about that. But
Or maybe,
it's
yeah.
super unlikely that he's going to become a Gyoji.
Right. That just that's I thought that was weird. But in any case, um, yeah, I'm excited for this Basho.
Me too.
I think it's going to be a good one. It's have you settled on a lineup?
Well, I haven't picked one yet, but I think I'm starting to come together on my thoughts. You want to switch over to the Bonzuke and talk about it?
I think so. I think so.
All right. Well, hit the button, Frank.
Hit the button, Frank. Booty doot doot doot.
Oh, wow.
Do we want it that way?
I don't. No, I think we want
I
the
don't know why.
Bonzuke to be
I'm
played.
not sure why it's in this configuration, but let's do it this way.
Do you want my face on there at all?
I don't mind it, but it didn't. We can do that. We can do it without your face.
Get out of! Get me out of there. There we go. Look at the Bonzuke.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. This is the Bonzuke. We of course break it into 5 different categories. Top one being uh, the champion level, which is the Yokozuna and the Ozeki. We've got Onosato, Hoshoryu, and Kotozakura. And I think just like last time, the only real thing is Kotozakura is the bad choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not terrible. I was just
No,
talking
it's
about
not.
how
Yeah.
he may it's uncertain how healthy he is. Um, but Onosato and Hoshoryu are the clear choices in that division to me. Um, as for who's the Hoshoryu won the London tournament, but as we were talking about last time, that was uh, not not full on competitive, and so maybe nothing to be learned from there. But as we were also talking about last time, Hoshoryu uh, has been putting up numbers that I was not giving him credit for over the last year. I was looking further back, but like leading up to his promotion, rather than what he's been doing since he's been promoted. When he's been healthy, he's been getting 12 wins, 12 wins of
Okay.
Basho, which is kind of what you want for a Yokozuna, 12 or better. So he's been looking good, and he's had good, strong first weeks. I think for him, the question always is going to be, how does he do in the first week?
Yeah. Yeah. He
Uh,
does sort of put us on that roller coaster
yeah,
where he may not
yeah. As the
perform
tournament goes
immediately.
on,
Yeah.
he really seems to really get into the rhythm,
Yeah.
and he does his best against the best opponents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so if he has a strong first week, that at this point he that's what he's been doing. So seems likely that what we saw last time with Onosato and Hoshoryu being in the mix to the end is kind of what I think we should expect for the next few tournaments. The big question is, will anyone else be there with them? Um,
Yeah.
but for our Oyakata game, the question is, for me, are you gonna pick Onosato or Hoshoryu? And just also for me, given those choices, I will take Onosato probably every time.
Yeah.
And I think that 4 out of 6 times I will be rewarded for that at least.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It's a good bet.
yeah. So, but you are more of a Hoshoryu. Like I'm not. It's not like I'm not. I don't like Hoshoryu, but you are more of a Hoshoryu fan than I am.
I am. I like him. I mean, I enjoy watching him wrestle. I like his idiosyncrasies. I enjoy his, he's doing it less actually now, and I think he's because of the gravity of his role.
Yeah.
But he is, yeah. I mean, he doesn't do that end of wrestling match look like what the.
Yeah. He's also not been losing very often.
That's right. Yeah, but there's moments where he would, or he'd do something that had a sort of mildly comical
Yeah.
demise of the person who he's wrestling against, and he would just kind of look at the camera almost like an episode of The Office or something.
Right. Yeah. No, there definitely would be particularly wins where he somehow managed to pull it out. Or he'd
Yes.
finish and he'd go like, wow, I don't know about that one. I guess I got some.
I like that about him. I like
Yeah.
that a lot. But also when he would, there's a couple people he fights against that it looks like he may be holding a grudge, like he may not care
Yeah.
for them
Yeah.
particularly, and one of them being Tobizaru. I think those two are not friends.
Well, I think that there are people that I think Tobizaru has done okay against him, and I think that
Yeah,
Hoshoryu feels like he should not be doing okay against me. Like,
yeah, that does it has that vibe to it for sure. You
like
pesky,
he also. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, like you little, pesky gnat. Why are you causing me so much, grief?
Yeah, I see the same thing with Hiradomi.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um, and for exactly the same reason. And Hiradomi has had more success against him because he doesn't show him the deference. He just goes in there with his whackety slappity slappy ways, and
yeah, and so those moments. Each of the rikishi have their moments of whether it's showmanship or whether it's a what it emotion that is legally allowed to be expressed
yeah,
in some capacity. But I'll show you, just to me, I can just I feel like I can, and this is an absolute parasocial moment where I'm like, my friend Hoshoryu, I can see on his face exactly how he's feeling, but that's how
right,
it feels. And I think too, seeing him in the position that he is in, the position of maintaining this, watching him ascend and have there be so much doubt and so much questioning of whether or not he could,
yeah,
and then kind of the ups and downs of it, the stubbed toe or whatever it was that kept him out of the ring for
yeah,
while I'm imagining he practiced his butt off or meditated or got some therapy or all three. And to see him come back so strong, like, I'm definitely a fan.
yeah,
I will say that Tobizaru was my first. Like, I just he's such a character. I really enjoy watching him do his thing, and I still am a big fan. But like, I kind of become a super fan of Hoshoryu. Like
yeah.
I'm thinking,
So are you gonna pick Hoshoryu
I
or are
think
you
I
gonna pick
might.
Onosato?
You know what? I think in this case, it is for me a show of loyalty and respect to pick Oshoryu, even if there might be a chance Onosato could win. But I
Like I say, I think it's pretty much a close to a coin flip in any given tournament.
yeah,
I think that over the course of the year, well, the way this year has certainly gone, but I think it will be endemic for how things continue, at least for the next 6 months. Is that Onosato will win at least two of every three tournaments, and Hoshoryu may win one of them, but
yeah,
he
yeah,
still hasn't gotten a win as a Yokozuna.
right, yeah, yeah. Well,
Uh,
and that's the interesting thing too, is the pressure cooker that puts him in. You kind of mentioned it when he's fighting the lower level rikishi. it's a little bit more wild than when he's fighting. It's a little more like he could lose,
Yeah.
than when he's fighting some of the upper, the folks at the top of the list.
Yeah.
And so maybe the pressure, the juxtaposition of having to wrestle with Onosato, who is just, the golden child. I think that maybe that gives him just the right amount of pressure so that he performs where he needs to. Who knows? Anyway, that's where I'm at.
All right. All right. So then in our Sanyaku level, we've got Ao Nishiki, the Ukrainian rikishi, who's now at the top, first time ever up here. First time a Ukrainian rikishi has been a Sekiwake. Uh, and it's only his fourth or fifth tournament in the top division. He has just
Yeah,
come storming up the ranks.
yeah,
Up the bronze
and
schedule.
and sustaining.
Yeah, he has won all four of his top division tournaments. He's gone 11-4.
Yeah, and it just performed really well, no
Yeah,
question, not a fluke, not a kind of a
right.
stars aligning thing.
But as we say, the thing about getting towards the top of the tournament, it gets tougher each time. But when you get up there, you've got to perform against the best guys every time, and that's kind of where the question is out on him. He did great last time. He did great last time.
Yeah,
Um, is he going to do great again?
and
I'm
yeah,
beginning to think yes.
yeah, I think so too.
Um,
I think it's his destiny to do well. There's a little slot right there, I think, for
yeah.
him, waiting for his ascent.
So he's, let's say he's a question in that it's his first time ranked this high, and it's only his fifth tournament in the division.
Which is wild.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I think of the four, he's the strongest. Oho has never had a winning tournament at Sekiwake.
Really, not once.
No, no, he keeps getting up here, or I think this may only be his second or third time as a Sekiwake, but he keeps kind of stumbling when he gets to this level. He's still relatively young, but he's got to knuckle down if he's going to live up to his potential. He needs to start performing well at this rank. He seems to really perform well at like Maegashira 2 or 1 or 3, but once he gets promoted up, he has a big lump in his throat.
Well, what is the reality, or what is the timeline? I'll say for Anishiki to get up to Ozeki. Like, is he needs to do like
And so his last tournament would be the start of a
the run?
potential Ozeki run. So
Gotcha.
if he the word on the street, there's been no like official announcement. The word on
Yeah.
the street among sumo pundits is that if he wins this tournament, they might be willing to count the because he had 11 wins at Komasubi last time, and he had 11 wins at Maegashira 2 last time, the time before that.
Uh-huh.
But all of your wins are supposed to be in Sanyaku level. So, in theory, he shouldn't. In most cases, he wouldn't get a promotion this tournament if he got 11, even though he would have 33 wins over his last 3 tournaments. In fact, I say he's had four previous tournaments, all of them with 11 wins. So he had 33 wins over his first 3 tournaments, and
Interesting.
then 33 last time. And he's coming in here with, if he gets 11, he'll have 33. The question is where they start counting it, because you've got to be ranked high enough for it to be included.
Well, by all accounts, and by all the proof is in the pudding. You can see him doing the thing. He's been able to sustain his run and look good while doing it, and he's got a, I don't want to say a poise. That's not it. It's a gravitas. Like
Yeah.
he's really
I think
serious
you know
about
what?
this.
I think poise is
Is it?
one
Yeah.
word for it. He's come up out of nowhere, climbed the ranks, and he really just looks comfortable and
Yes, that's what I
capable.
mean. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to communicate because it really does seem that way. Like he does not look out of place.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny, I don't know how much of that is is a benefit of being European and not having grown up in sumo culture. Right? Sumo
Oh,
was not what
sure.
he had pursued. He kind of got in here on a, you might be good at sumo kind of way. Um,
Right.
and so he doesn't have that. When you grow up watching it, you revere certain things and you understand what an honor certain steps are. And when you don't, if you come out of any other, um, particularly any other martial sport, all you think about is where am I on the rankings list? Well, I want to get higher than that.
Yeah.
Boxers don't freak out about being the number one contender or the number two contender. They just want to become the number one guy. And I think that coming out of a culture that doesn't have the, oh my God, Sekiwake is such an honorable position and it means so much and it's going to change your life. Okay, no, I got to the third rank and they're giving me good stuff for it, which is great. I want to get to the higher rank. I want to get to the second rank. So we'll see.
We'll see.
I think he's a good, but I think he's going to get a Kachikoshi. I think he's going to get double digit wins, and I think he's going to continue uh, the um, on the push. I think that he will become an Ozeki in the first half of next year. I don't think he's going to win this tournament, which is what he needs to get it immediately,
Yeah.
uh, to even have a chance at getting it immediately. Um, but but as we talked about before, the fact that Kotozakura is having leg troubles and is kind of a wobbly Ozeki, the Sumo Association is going to be hoping that someone qualifies for promotion real damn quick.
Yeah. Agreed.
So that's Sekiwake. At Komusubi, we got Takanosho and Takayasu, two guys who have been great in the past and who we like a lot. Probably are not going to do great this tournament. Um, I
Yeah.
hope I'm wrong, but I would not bet on either of them, which I guess is the question here for filling out our teams. Um, Takayasu, of all the people who seems like, why hasn't he been injured in so long? It's got to be coming. He's top of that list, and he's always having to struggle with his back problems, and he's managed not to for the last three or four tournaments. It's been a while, so I don't know. Fingers crossed. I would love it. I would love to see him finally get a U show.
Yeah.
Um,
Me too.
but it's going to take one special tournament where everything's firing for him, and he doesn't seem to be in the peak of health. It doesn't seem to be hurt, but he's always one bad fall away from being hurt.
Yeah.
So I think it's clear for me that in this at the Sanyaku level, I'm taking Aonishiki, which is a shame for him because that means he's probably gonna suck it into a little ball. The curse of Stan.
The cursive stand. Yeah.
Okay, so then we're going to look at our upper Maegashira 1 to Maegashira 5, where we've got Hakuoho and Wakataka Kage. We talked about Wakataka Kage having been on an Ozeki run and then bottoming out, dropping all the way out of the Sanyaku down to Maegashira 1. Hakuoho has made it up. This is highest rank ever. coming back from all of his injuries. He's only 22 years old. And he's had that great start to his career, but
Yeah.
he's been struggling with injuries for the last 2 years, and um,
And he's 22 now.
he's 22 now.
It's so funny. I
Right,
always
I think that's
forget how
right.
young these guys are.
He might be 24, but I think he's
But
22.
still, I mean, to have in your 20s
Yeah.
endured that is I mean, that's just not the normal, right?
These are elite athletes, best in the world athletes. So yeah, nothing normal about any of them.
Nothing normal about
They're
it.
freaks. Yeah. So Hakuoho, is he ready? Is he ready to start performing like we want him to and joining the Sanyaku on a regular basis? This is a tournament to find out. Wakataka Kage, is he ready to bounce back? Mr. J Wags sure seems to think so. In fact, one of the things we've seen over the last few tournaments, kind of like every other tournament, we've seen Maegashira 1 to 5 just do terribly. Like almost everyone in Maegashira 1 to 5 do terribly. One of the bold predictions out of the Dohyo episode is that the Maegashira 1 to 5 is going to do great. That at least 8 of them, of the 10 there, 8 of them are going to get uh, Kachikoshi, and 6 of them are going to get double-digit wins, which is a very bold prediction indeed.
It is a bold prediction. But you want the best for.
Yeah. So then we got Kirishima and Wakamoto Haru at Maegashira 2, Hirada Umi and Ura at Maegashira 3, Tamawashi, the oldest rikishi in the division. Someone was doing the math, and it seems like if he can get a Kachikoshi this tournament, he will have gotten old enough that he will set a new record for oldest guy to get a Kachikoshi in the top division.
And he at the ripe old age of
40.
40. Yeah, that's old.
Tamawashi and Oshoma and Yoshino Fuji, who is a former Kusano. This is his new Shikona, his new fighting name, Yoshino Fuji. And Shodai. Well, I seem to remember that. Seems familiar, but I don't think I've ever heard of this young rising star.
No, I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, he's got the face of a sea bream, but
That's lucky though, isn't it?
it is, I think.
Lucky.
Why are you so sad, Lucky
Yeah.
Sea Bream?
So let's see. In here, I'm gonna look at Uda and say I don't think Uda. This is too high. He doesn't do well at this level. He keeps doing so well at Maegashira like 6 and 7 that he gets bumped up here, and he gets slapped down every time. I think that he's been up this high about 9 or 10 times, and he's only had 3 winning records at Maegashira 3 and higher. So uh, I would not look to him to be a wins leader in this group.
No, yeah, this is where he starts to get a little shaky, and maybe he has a couple. I don't know. Maybe he gets possessed by the spirit of sumo.
He'll pull out 1 or 2 really big, flashy wins over big names, but I don't expect him to have to get 8 wins. But I look at Hakuoho, Wakataka Kage, Kirishima, Wakamoto Haru. All of those guys, all 4 of them are like, wow, any one of these guys could be in the Yusho hunt. Yoshino Fuji, our Kusano, former Kusano, who's been bowling up the rankings chart. This is his highest rank ever, and he seems poised to be another one of the young guys coming up and driving towards the Sanyaku. So there we got of the 10 people in this level, I think 5 of them are legitimate choices. And on top of that, you can't count out Tamawashi, and
No.
Shodai has just looked reborn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that could be 7 out of 10 of as reasonable choices.
Yeah. That is. It's going to be a tough one. I
Yeah,
don't even.
I think
I haven't a clue.
you and I have both last tournament at the end of the tournament. You and I both swore we weren't going to pick another Waka,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
Right?
We've been hurt before.
Oh, they seem so tasty.
So
Hakuoho. Is
promising.
Hakuoho ready? Is he gonna
Yes.
do it? Is Kirishima, we're gonna see that sharp look in his eye, quick moves and
Is suddenly Abi gonna just
yeah.
rocket up the, I mean,
Yeah, no, it's a tough this is the one that,
it's real
I
difficult.
think this is gonna be a last minute decision on my part. There's a lot of good choices here in upper Maegashira. Okay, so let's look at middle Maegashira, Maegashira 6 to Maegashira 10.
Hey, would
We've
you
got
take a peek at chat real quick just to make sure that we're giving this a look?
there's nothing coming through on
Okay,
chat that
no worries.
I've got it open in front of me.
Good. Yeah.
Um, that of course, that doesn't mean it's not good
I
luck.
know, right? Yeah.
Um, yeah, so we got Atami Fuji and Onokatsu there at Maegashira 6, Chuda Naomi and Abi. Abi just was terrible last tournament. He was
Yeah.
terrible.
Why?
And no one's given me an explanation for why. I haven't read
Yeah.
anywhere any kind of like, well, it's rumored that this or this his Oyakata said this. I don't know
Right.
why. He was just terrible. Um, yeah. So what are you gonna do? Maegashira 8, we've got Ichi Yamamoto and Kim Bozan, Kazakhstani uh, rikishi,
Yeah.
who seems to be set after having looked shaky for a while, looked pretty good last time. We've got Midori Fuji and Tobizaru, and Daisho and Koto Shoho. Daisho, of course, longtime Sekiwake, who was on the verge of an Ozeki
So
promotion and then
close.
completely ganked his knee and missed an entire tournament. And he's coming back. Last tournament, we were worried that he was in there too soon. He had a terrible week 1, but he had a pretty solid week 2. And he wound up going 7 and 8. So he's Makikoshi, but he was really strong in week 2. So hope is that he's trained right, and now he's ready to really perform.
He's
And
ready.
if
Yeah.
I get
He's gonna
here at
do it this time.
10, he's in a position that he could be one of those dark horse Yusho contenders, right? Because he's going to have his first week against these guys around him. And if he's in Sekiwake shape and he's fighting Maegashira 12, that's an easy week for him.
Yeah. One hopes.
So he's definitely got. I got a big eye on Daisho there. Koto Shoho, who won the tournament in July, and then got a huge bump up the
Yeah.
rankings chart, and way too big for him, and got smacked down hard last time. Back down here at Maegashira 10, is he? I don't know. Is this going to have a lingering effect that having lost so badly after being lauded so high? Some guys actually have that cause them long-term problems to kind of get their head back straight after that. Or is he just going to go back into what he was, which was a really solid kind of like, I think that Mike Shearer 10's a little low for how good he was performing regularly. And he's more of a 7 or 6. This is the right grouping for him, but I don't know. I don't know if he looks like he did last tournament. He's just going to lose no matter who he's fighting.
It's going to be tough. But if he was thrown because he was kind of dropped into the deep end, then maybe he's acclimated and ready to kick some butt.
Yeah. Tobizaru also at Maegashira 9, but that's a little low for him. He had a couple of bad tournaments and dropped down here. Hopefully he get his head on straight, because he also from this level can have a very successful tournament. He could definitely beat double-digit wins. Um, Atami Fuji, he's our big mystery man. We all want him to do so well, and
Thought he was, I mean, there's a couple times where, he was poised to do it.
another young guy with a bright future, but he has hip problems. He has recurring hip problems, and just seems when a year or a year and a half ago, I think we would have said, well, a year and a half ago might be too long. We might have said a Tommy Fuji who, but a year ago we would have said, yeah, no, he is going to be uh, top of the Maegashira and Sanyaku. That's where he's going to live, and it just doesn't seem like he hasn't followed that up at all. That doesn't seem to be the case with the way he's been performing. Kind of like here around Maegashira 6 to Maegashira 4 is about where he should live. But we'll see. That's why they have the tournament.
That's right. That's why they do it.
Yeah. So I guess here in this segment, I would say my eyes are on Daisho, Tobizaru, Atami Fuji, and Abi. Just Maegashira 7, if Abi gets his head on straight, he should have a really strong tournament. Ichi Yamamoto, our friend Dumfache,
Yes.
his
Super
favorite
fan.
guy. Yeah, at Maegashira 8, he could have a really strong tournament. He's another one of those guys that's not gonna. He doesn't have what it takes to succeed in the Joy in the upper Maegashira and Sanyaku, but he's really good and reliably really good. So, yeah, those are the 5 that I would point out to.
And my notion runs along the same vein as yours, but I must admit I have a cold right now, and I have been sneezing my face off, and I have to keep muting myself. So if I seem like I'm not interactive, I'm explosively interactive, but you just can't hear it.
All right.
So if you hear me sort of shut
that's
up,
a shame. That's a shame for someone on this show.
I know, right? But yeah. So if I suddenly go quiet and I'm still connected, it's because I am either blowing my nose or sneezing.
All right, fair enough. I appreciate that insight into the world of Tron.
I just didn't want you to think I was just leaving you hanging.
So what about you? What are you looking here in this group?
It's always tough because I start to like the imp of the perverse starts to kind of poke at me and say, oh, maybe you ought to, throw your Shodai in there and start picking and just start going down a path of like, and why not Tobizaru? He's going to win. And, I just play this.
Yeah, but I mean, at this level, at Maegashira 9, Tobizaru is a reasonable choice.
I'm also a big fan. So, but yeah, Daisho, one to watch. I always felt like Roga should have done.
Roga's is the next level down. So
yes, yeah, that's true. Right. So all of this is kind of factoring in for me, and it's I don't have an answer.
You don't have an answer for who you're going to pick. All right.
I know who I'm not.
I'm picturing you as either going with Tobizaru or Kinbozan.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Daisho, but that would be a risky pick because I haven't heard that he's really looking great. I'm feeling like he could do it. He could do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all of this is really tough for me. Yeah, and I don't know why. I don't know why Midori Fuji just doesn't register for me.
Because he is like Ura or Tobizaru, but not as good.
That would probably explain it. I mean, I don't have any ill will towards.
No, he's one of the guys from my home prefecture.
And he is a world class.
Yeah.
Sportsman. But
smallest guy in the division. He wins these flashy. When he wins in these amazing ways.
Yeah, clever, but I just for some reason when it comes time to think about sumo, he doesn't
Yeah.
pop up in my gray matter.
All right. Well, I mean, so far the thing that I'm looking at is both upper and middle Maegashira are really tough decisions.
Yeah.
I think that last time when in our last uh, Fantasy Oyakata game, we had a lot of people pick a lot of the same names. I think we're probably more likely to see a wide spread of selections this time because there's a lot of good choices in both of those divisions.
You know who I'm looking forward to?
Who?
Shishi.
All right. Well, we're about to go down to the
There
lower
we are.
Maegashira.
Yeah.
Here we
Yeah.
are, and there is Shishi right there on Maegashira 11, right
At the
next to
top.
Roga, who you were
That's right.
also talking about.
Well, you know what I like about this little setup is that where Shishi was hanging on by an imaginary thread that they provided for him, they kind of magicked up a spot so he didn't drop to the bottom for
Yeah.
whatever reason. But look at him; he rose up. He did.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
he did,
he had a good, strong tournament last time.
and I think he's finding his groove again after they so rudely pulled the rug
Hopefully.
from under him.
They told him you can't dance. You
No
can't
more
dance
of
like
that
that.
wild dance you're doing, son. You just focus on the wrestling and not on the
Yeah.
testament. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also had a chance to see I think I'm trying to remember if it was who did it, but it was like a day in the life of Shishi.
Yeah.
And it was really charming. He's a really sweet,
Yeah.
kind guy who's just very respectful and kind to everyone around him. Got a little impish sense of humor.
Yeah.
Just a real an endearing character who
He
has worked
was
really hard. You know.
he and Kinbozan were coming up through Jurio at the same time, and both of them were. Everyone was always talking about how big and strong and how good they were, and what they were so looking forward to them getting to the top division, really excelling. And with the Kinbozan did kind of excel for a little bit, but both of them have been struggling. You know, it's tough in the top division.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shishi for a number of years has been on people's radar as a really good wrestler and a really good guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm sort of developing an affinity for him, and I kind of want to see him continue to rise up. Now if I don't know where he ends up. He strikes me as a kind of one of the bobbing rikishi,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
up and down, and sort of that's what makes that engine run. But yeah, he's on my list. Roga, yeah. Again, I just thought he would do more.
yeah. He was also in that same group a year and a couple of
That
years ago.
same cohort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that same kind of he's gonna see big things out of him. He's coming up, and it just kind of hit a wall.
Yeah. Yep. Um, and I hope the best for him, but
Yeah,
who can say? Now, this new kid, Fuji Nakawa.
yeah,
I'm kidding. He's not a new kid. I get it. That's the joke. You're like, yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Fuji Nokawa is there at number 12,
who was?
along with Tomokaze. Fuji
Yeah,
Nokawa?
yeah. Was he the one that changed his name?
No,
Oh, it was a
no,
different Fuji.
that's a different Fuji. That was Yoshino Fuji.
Yoshino Fuji. Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Um,
So Fuji Nokawa he did change to that Shikona, but that was about 6 months ago, and I don't
okay.
remember what his old fighting name was.
But he was one of the members of the Fugees, right? Is that still
Yeah, exactly.
true?
Yeah,
Okay,
no, yeah.
good. Yeah, I'm not familiar with him. I don't clearly.
He may be one of the guys that just came up from Jurio. I don't think so. I don't think anyone from there got bumped up that high. but he's relatively new to the top division, and nothing really great to say about him as a choice. Nothing terrible to say about him either. He's still proving himself. Tomokaze, uh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say about him. He's unreliable. He could do fine. He could do crappy. He's unlikely to do great.
He's 30 years old. He's 30 years old.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been bumping up and down and bouncing all around.
Yeah. This is kind of that spot where the rikishi bob.
Yeah, these are the ones that are falling down and trying to stop themselves and coming up from Juryo and trying to grab hold and hold on.
Yeah.
This is where the ground is unstable. And it's dangerous. It's dangerous to be down here. Speaking of which, we've got Gonoyama and Mitakeumi, both of whom are in danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Just not performing well. Well, Gonoyama just not performing well. And he's another one that I don't know what it is. He seems to come in, maybe it's just his style, right? He's a big blow it forward, the pusher thruster, but he doesn't finish it off, and he gets beaten by the top level guys, despite putting in great effort and looking pretty good doing it, but he loses, right? That's maybe the worst thing. He looked great, but he lost. He lost a lot. And Mitakeumi, our former Ozeki, who's looked like he was about to maybe even be on retirement run, and the last few tournaments has looked significantly better.
But was looking kind of
he was certainly he was one of those guys that we would talk about. You'd see it. If he didn't get a good tachi-ai and drive you backwards and win, the minute he had to stop going forwards, it was pretty much over. Once you got him taking even one step backwards, he couldn't hold him. He couldn't dig in at the ring. He couldn't reverse things around very well. And that usually is a sign of back problems and knee problems, which he has both.
Yeah.
We've got Ryuden and Toki Hayate there at Maegashira 14, and Nishiki Fuji and
Shonanoumi.
And Oshomi and Sadanomi, second oldest guy in the top division. And still hanging in there.
Still, yeah, really, yeah.
Yep. Every time he gets down to this level, I keep wondering, is this it? And he sticks his heels in and says, nope. Pushes back up for a while. So I'm just as curious as ever, but I've gotten to the point where I look at him now and I think, okay, he's going to be fine. He'll dig in here. Fingers crossed. The Chiyashoma and Asakoryu down at Maegashira 17, and finally hanging on at that very last rung are one Maegashira 18.
Meisei.
Speaking of old guys who are getting close to retirement, Meisei.
Yeah.
Meisei.
I find it hard to be too snarky or rude about it, or but I definitely say with deference, good luck.
I think I say with deference, Meisei, you've had a terrific career. Time to get off the dohyo.
Yeah, time to cash in some, or take advantage to leverage your
elder stock. Yeah. I mean, presuming, I think he almost certainly must have elder stock if he wants it. Maybe, because otherwise all the talk would be Meisei's looking for elder stock.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
I remember something, and I don't want to belabor it.
Okay.
But Tomokaze has always sort of just I don't know what. I mean, I just kind of had a bad vibe. But the reason is because of former allegations of stuff that that happened,
Look how
bullying,
cute he is.
yeah, bullying and some fairly graphic reporting in on the subject, and I was reminded as I was looking up some of his stuff, like it was pretty rough stuff.
Yeah,
But that's why I've not really paid close attention to him because I just kind of, you know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All right, yeah, but from a Fantasy Oyakata perspective, this lower Maegashira has the opposite effect, the opposite problem that the upper and middle do. Is I look at this and I go, I don't know. I don't see anyone who's just begging uh, to be picked. I don't see anyone who's vastly underrated and is going to use this as a launching point. You know,
Right. Yeah. It
Chi-Chi
does.
is maybe if he's doing well and
Yeah.
he's going to make that leap, but even that he's not that far below where I think his true ranking is. So that's not.
Yeah. It does sort of feel like this is there's the ebb and the flow,
Yeah.
and this feels like the ebb of it.
We need some flow.
Yeah. We need some flow.
Yeah. All right. So that's what the Banzuke is looking like, and we have ourselves a Fantasy Oyakata game, which I'm gonna switch the view here now. Oh, first thing I guess I need to do is this.
Well, the first thing we need to do is Fantasy Oyakata.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need to do. And so here's the form for filling out the Fantasy Oyakata.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
see
and
that
this time we've got 5 responses, so we need more.
we got one more. Okay, so good.
Thank you, our
We
friends at Reddit, for jumping on and getting that done. But I do want to say, Stan, we've agonized over the prize for this particular. I think that everyone's going to really like it. Do you want to share? I mean, it's very special. I mean,
it's
you're making
absolutely nothing.
zero, zilch,
Yes,
nada.
there is no prize
Nope,
other than the pride of being the Fantasy Oyakata winner.
that's right.
See here, scoring is, we haven't gone over this in a while. If you correctly guess the Yusho winner, or you get a point. You correctly guess one of the Jun Yusho winners, you get a point. 1 point for each win any of your rikishi gets during the tournament. 1 point if your rikishi wins the Yusho. So you can double up. If he's one of your rikishi and you picked him, is a separate thing, right? You'll see in a minute.
Yeah.
If one of your rikishi wins or finishes second, you get an extra point there, and 1 point for each special prize, including gold stars, including Kimboshi, which hopefully we won't see a lot of, but sometimes we have. Um, and then we've got our fascinating tie breaking
We
scheme.
do, yeah. The first one's easy. Yeah,
Is
fewest total losses.
fewest losses. So that's where if you have someone who went Kyujo who didn't participate all, like normally if everyone goes all 15 days and you've got the same number of wins, you're going to have the same number of losses.
The
It's just how
second,
it goes.
a pie eating contest.
Right.
Fastest
But
wins.
also that's where if you get extra points
Oh yeah,
um for uh for the special prizes and such, then you might have fewer
that'll
losses.
tip it over in
The guy who has the most wins will have the fewest losses.
Yep. And then third, death match.
Yeah. um,
No,
second one is bonds in each ranking level compared to Rikishi. Oh yeah, so each of our ranking levels, each of the uh, Sanyaku, or the champion, the Sanyaku, the upper Maegashira. We look at that, and we look whose Rikishi had. I'm just reading it. I haven't had to think about these in a long time.
Yeah.
So the rikishi that is lowest on the banzuke. So if you're tied, the one with the lower one did better. So he will get you a point. So it's who wins
Nice.
each of the divisions, and you can tie if you both pick the same guy. And then if you're still tied after that, then
Yeah.
we do rock paper scissors.
Okay. And then what happens if that doesn't determine a winner? What if they tie again and again
Uh,
and again?
yeah, I really should make that an odd number of
You
things
should.
so we don't have that. Because we had was our first or second tournament ever. We had that kind of tie, and it came
Yeah,
down
yeah.
to rock paper scissors,
It
and it
sure
was
did.
very close.
Yeah.
I may have to change that to 11 rock paper scissors.
We should go, yeah, or 9.
Because we could still wind up tied.
We could, yeah, theoretically, that would be phenomenal if that were the case. And also, maybe we bring back the death match. Maybe we bring back there can only be one, and they fight to the death.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Well, 2 people, honestly, because
Right.
we've had some, very, very good
Yes, yes,
pickers.
absolutely. I
so
was just quoting Mad Max. Give me a
you
break.
were. So everybody, get into the Thunderdome with Stan. Um, yeah, that's
Who run Bartertown?
you do.
Master Blaster runs Bartertown.
I love Fantasy Oyakata. I feel like, a lot of folks may be wondering, well, why do you do it or what's it about? And for me, it's, as part of my learning, it's about, examining each one of the rikishi. It's about understanding the structure and the texture of the whole thing at a deeper level. And to be able to kind of gamify it in a way has helped me really wrap my mind around things. And so we're doing it for me, everyone.
It's
Um,
all about Troy.
it is at the end of the day. But no, and it's just a lot of fun, and we've met a lot of new friends through it.
Mhm.
Really had a lot of fun, and my thanks to our friends over at r/sumo. What a wonderful community it is over there. A lot of very enthusiastic folks, very supportive of folks who just want to love on sumo, and we appreciate it.
I'd never say "wanna love" on sumo again. That's not good.
It suggests an intimacy that doesn't quite, yeah, that might.
All right. So yeah, that's what we got. You've got until noon tomorrow, Pacific time,
Yeah,
to
noon
uh,
Pacific.
to
Yeah.
get your submissions in, or until Troy and I get our submissions in, because not one of us has put them in yet.
Oh, we get them in always on time,
Yeah, always,
you
always.
know.
Maybe
But
texting Troy tomorrow afternoon.
yeah.
Troy.
No, I think I'm gonna do it tonight.
That's what you say
I have
every tournament.
the sentiment is that I will
Yeah.
definitely want to do that. But okay, well, so we've got some homework to do, and so do
Yep.
you, listener. And if you are listening past noon, tisk tisk.
Check it out. It may still be open, but
Yeah,
hurry up.
give it a try.
Yeah.
Yeah, and give me the link. Oh no, you don't give it to me. Put it in chat if you haven't already,
I have not.
because I don't have access
Uh,
to chat right now.
I've got
Good.
to do a thing in order to do that. So go here,
Um,
and I copy this, and I copy
yeah. So do your homework, friends, and then come by and say hi to
that.
us on Sunday at
Yes, we will be
7
back
p.m. Pacific.
on
7 p.m. Pacific. Am I right?
10 p.m. Pacific. Correct.
What a great way to round out your weekend. Unless you're somewhere else on the globe and it's already over. But yeah, join us. It's fun. We'll have a good time.
Yeah,
And
we'll talk about what happened on day one and what how proud we are of ourselves, and we'll certainly say who we picked. We'll do the big reveal of who's in Fantasy Oyakata and
that's
who they
right.
picked, and
Yeah,
look
so it'll
forward
be a good
to
show.
the competition.
And my first of several exposés on the shady organizations surrounding sumo today. Just kidding. I won't be doing that. But
Yeah, it's not your first. Yeah, first of all, it's a lie because this is not your first.
well, I would say All those others have just been sort of quippy, little smart alecky comments. I have not unleashed the expose.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be good. Not as good as these drums are, because I tell you, I gotta run. I'm starting to get a little nutty. But shall we?
I could slow burn it here, but yeah, I think we're ready.
Oh, yeah, you torture me. Here we go.
You have been listening to The Sumo Show, a live podcast about the art and sport of sumo. Your hosts tonight have been Stan Brown and Troy Hewitt. Production by Troy Hewitt. Sommeliering by Stan Brown, and initial charge by Touchy-Eyed Troy. So until Sunday night, just 2 nights from now, at 7 p.m., we say to you, Ja matane!
Hey.